Mridula, you mentioned something, but I hung on to it, that you asked your husband to leave his job to support you in your work.
Yeah.
It's such a powerful statement because um, I do believe in our kind of Indian family setup, especially if you're a mother and you're a mother of two, it's very, very difficult to make a business successful unless you have your husband's support. And
Yeah.
not only did you have your husband's support, in a way to help you, improve your business and scale your business, but he actually left his job to try and support you for the year that you were managing your newborn. And
Yeah.
that speaks volumes about the relationship that you have with your husband, one. And
Yeah.
secondly, you're definitely a very good salesperson because you sold your idea to your
I
husband.
did.
And
I did.
I think amazing on your husband's part also. I mean, what
Yeah.
a wonderful man to have given up his job, which is every man's pride. And
Yeah.
what more could you ask for than two IIM alumni people running a business? What more could you ask for to make a business successful? And since you did speak about, both of you are running the businesses, and you said you all are still happily married, I want to know what are the secrets of the partnership, the business partnership, that ensured that there was no squabbling in bed at night?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first 2 years were really rough. We didn't have rules, and then it became crazy because everybody was doing everything. We all had good skill sets. I think my mother's a great salesperson. I love sales. Money also. My husband comes from a sales background. Suddenly, we're all selling things, and nobody's doing anything else. So it was pretty chaotic till we sort of decided to really lay down the rules and decide who will take care of what. So there was a lot of stepping on each other's toes initially. And yes, of course, it's very difficult when it's family because it's so much more baggage that you carry back home, and then you don't know how to handle it and so on. But I think in about 6 months, 8 months time, we sort of figured we started having very funnily, we found it very funny initially. We started making it a point to meet on Saturday mornings in office while we were just meeting each other at home all day. But this was specifically like a communication meeting where we would be free to voice what we don't know or what we would like to know. And my mother, obviously, she was getting older and she was, having to take a back seat in some areas, and she didn't like that. It was her business. So we started working out mechanics of having everybody involved and yet staying communicated and saying, okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm just keeping you in the loop because a lot of time information is just assumed that it's fine, I'm doing it. So they're not going to have an objection because it's my mother after all. But it can be very, very challenging. But we worked that out. So we segregated our areas, and I was clearly handling sales from the beginning. That was my core strength. My mother's always been a great production unit person, so she continued to manage production, and Mani continued to focus strategically to make sure we're all growing in the right directions. A lot of technology improvisations where we should be going next, the financial aspects, just getting a lot of OEM orders. A lot of money's work went into that in the initial times. We became a supplier for UNICEF. He went after a lot of tenders, the Anganwadi project. So we got a lot of large projects because he was totally focused on that while I would manage the small sales. So it worked well, but it took time and it took a lot of process to make sure all of us are aware of what the other person is doing.
Mridula, I had three takeaways from what you said. That after going through the initial chaos, there were three things you did. You ensured role clarity. So you all divided off what each of y'all would be doing as founders, co-founders, partners, to ensure that you all don't step on each other's shoes. But on in spite of that, you all still made sure that you all were communicating the
Yeah,
moves that you all were making, the progress that you all were making. You all were communicating it to each other and not taking it for granted because of personal relationships that, she won't mind what I'm doing because she's my immediate family or he's my immediate family. So you ensured communication. And the number three thing that y'all did is y'all put a system in place. Every
yeah,
Saturday, y'all would meet to ensure that the communication was in order.
yeah,
So there were three
absolutely.
things which y'all did straight away, which ensured that everybody was, on the same platform and everybody was aligned. So those were
That's
great
right.
takeaways. And since you did share with me, Mridula, that you have a large team of 150 people, and I remember in our conversation you said that some of the employees have been there since your mother started her business,
Yeah.
20 years back.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to ask you a few questions about your team and how did you manage that? Clearly, role clarity is something you all believed in. So,
Yeah.
what is it that you did to retain these employees for so many years? And what is it that you all are doing now to
Yeah.
ensure that employees are engaged, they are committed to the company, and all of you all are growing together?